thank you very much, Prime Minister Maloney, dear Georgia, for having us brought together once again in this beautiful setting of the Eternal City. It's now a year and a half that has passed since the launch of the Mattei Plan, and I think together with our African partners we have reached so much. Global Gateway and the Mattei Plan share the same vision of our partnership with Africa. You've just described it. And this vision is driven by investments in infrastructure, in the economy, and most importantly, people. Because our interests align in many ways, and of course experience shows that together we are bigger than the sum of our parts. It's a true win-win partnership built on mutual respect and on shared prosperity. We have just witnessed the conclusion of 5 very important agreements, bringing over 1.2 billion euros of investment and guarantees to Africa. And they illustrate how we turn political will and common vision into very concrete decisions and, most importantly, reality on the ground. This is our Global Gateway investment program in action together with the Mattei Plan. Global Gateway means concrete investments in sustainable growth, in quality jobs, that makes the turnaround, and all of the value chain all across Africa. In terms of our cooperation, we are transparent. We mobilize together the potential of Africa's massive renewable energy and the decarbonization of economic growth. We mobilize on transport, that is building ports, railways, roads, and multimodal connections. We mobilize on digital with submarine cables, terrestrial optical fiber, but also 5G and data centers. We mobilize on value chains that create added value to industrialization and sustainable jobs in Africa. And of course, we mobilize on health products such as medicines, vaccines produced in Africa for Africa. We're doing this by bringing private capital and know-how from Europe to Africa. This is supported by Team Europe and, most importantly, also by the financial international institutions. These signatures today testify how far we have come, and they charter the way forward. Let me give you a few examples. Indeed, first, the Lobito Corridor. This railway project is much more than just infrastructure. We are indeed investing in railway to connect Lobito to the DRC and to Zambia, but we see it as a true economic corridor that allows to unlock the huge potential of Angola, of DRC and Zambia. That's why we invest in roads, in agricultural supply chains, in logistics centers, and on top promote ecotourism along the corridor. And as I've said, most importantly, we invest in people through vocational training. We've just signed the 3 financing agreements with Angola with 77 million euros in grants. All in all, the total EU contribution across the corridor comes close to 1 billion euros. My second point is on agriculture. Today we have also signed an EU guarantee of 110 million euros with Cassa Depositi e Prestiti. We all know that Africa's potential to produce food is enormous. Under Global Gateway, we are de-risking the investments that are needed, so creating a conducive environment. And this accelerates the development of sustainable agri-food production and value chains, respectful of nature and climate, generating jobs for millions of people and families, and decreasing dependencies on import, so working on self-sufficient situations. The agreement today that we signed is testimony of it. My third point is renewable energy. Together with President Ramaphosa of South Africa, I launched at the G20 summit last year a global campaign on scaling up renewables for Africa. As we all know, Africa has a huge potential in renewable energy, resources like wind and sun and geothermal in abundance, but the infrastructure to turn this into energy and to connect people, to have access to energy, is missing. 600 million people in Africa have no access to electricity. And therefore, our global campaign on scaling up renewables in Africa, together with Mission 300 with the World Bank and the African Development Bank, we are investing multiple billions. And we just signed again with the Cassa Depositi e Prestiti a significant contribution to our common efforts. The fourth point is digital connectivity. Data have become the oxygen of our economies. Under Global Gateway, we are supporting the Blue Raman undersea cable. And that cable connects India via the Gulf and Djibouti to Europe. We do this together with the Italian telecom company. With our announcement today, we help to expand this cable, and we will create landing points along the coast of East Africa down to Tanzania. This unlocks access for East Africa to data that will empower their people and empower its economies. My last point is on artificial intelligence. It's a groundbreaking technology, as we all know, with incredible life-changing potential. But there is a danger that it will grow the divide, the digital divide, between those who master it and those who don't. Now, Europe is working with partners that everyone can take part in the artificial intelligence revolution. It's about access. And this is why Italy and the Commission have just signed an agreement for the European Union to join the AI Hub, Sustainable Development. It's a vital initiative led by Italy, the G7 and the United Nations. This initiative has a very strong focus on Africa. We are committed to support growing skills among young African scientists and entrepreneurs. We are empowering them with computing capacity. And of course, we are open to the cooperation with our AI factories and soon gigafactories. So to give young startups the possibility to test and train their models on our AI factories. And finally, today, we've also further strengthened our partnership with countering countries along the migration route. As we work on our common investment agenda under Global Gateway, we all know that Africa needs its talents, its skills, its entrepreneurs, and its labor force. Our migration partnership therefore covers not only migration itself, but a wide range of issues related to economic development and, most importantly, the skilling and upskilling of people. They are an important element of our comprehensive approach to managing migration, and we see the results. Last year, figures of illegal border crossings were down by 38%. This positive trend has continued in the past month, with an overall 21% reduction since the start of the year. Still, thousands of lives are lost each year at the hands of smugglers and traffickers, while these criminals continue to generate billions in profits. So we must keep the fight against smuggling high on the agenda, as we agreed in the G7 Leaders Summit just a few days ago. And that is why it features as a key element on our common agenda with African partners. Because the solution to this challenge lies in prosperity in Africa, in close operational cooperation, and in people who are sharing the prosperity and the advancement at home. We need to provide real opportunities to young people seeking a better future. Meetings like the one we have today allow us to make concrete progress on our common agenda of shared prosperity and security. On the 9th and 10th of October, we will gather again in Brussels at that time at the Global Gateway Forum. And end November, we will meet in Luanda at the Africa-Europe Summit. So I am very much looking forward to continue our work together for Africa and for the European Union. Thank you very much.